here in America, the longest lived Americans are actually among the Seventh Day Adventists. They're conservative Christians, the highest concentration of whom live around Loma Linda, California. One of the reasons is they take their diet directly from the Bible. In Genesis, God actually talks about the diet of the Garden of Eden. Every plant that bears seed, so nuts and beans and grains, and every plant that bears fruit.
Amazing. One of the things I admire most about Seventh Day Adventists is your commitment to preach, teach, and heal, and your network of schools and healthcare facilities put into action those beliefs. For that is the calling to all of us, not just to believe, but to act.
Sociologists, they did this study a few years ago where they were studying the happiest people on earth. And one of the groups of people they found were happiest is a little Christian sect called the Seventh Day Adventists. And you can tell in their name, they're like really religious about keeping the Sabbath. Now, not only were they some of the happiest people on earth, they on average live 11 years longer than the average American.
May I just confess, all these years I thought the Sabbath was Sunday. Yeah. I've been going to church. We say worship on the Sabbath, worship on the Sabbath in the Baptist church. And you corrected me. You said, no, Sunday is the first day of the week. Yeah. Sabbath is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
That's right.
I stand corrected.
People are not saved based off their denomination. They're saved based off their belief and faith in Jesus Christ and their obedience to the truths that He's convicted their hearts of. But God has blessed the Seventh-day Adventist Church with a wealth of truth, and just like ancient Israel, whose job was to share the truth of God to the surrounding nations, our job is to share these truths in love to anyone who is ignorant of it. He gave us the health message, a way of living and eating that will prevent disease, and holistic remedies to heal from disease and keep our minds and bodies holy and healthy. He gave us the understanding of the three angels' messages of Revelation 14, the last warning to the world. The first message is the gospel of a Father who loves us so much, He sent His Son to pay the penalty for our sin and is calling us back to worship Him and all His truths now before it's too late. The second message is to bring awareness to Babylon. Like Babel, where the Tower of Babel stood, the churches that profess Jesus have become a melting pot of confusion and does not represent the holiness of God. They have fallen, and we must come out of these fallen churches. And the third message, a warning of an event that is soon to come, that if any man worship the beast, the Roman papacy, and receive his mark, a counterfeit Sabbath, Sunday, which was created in 321 AD in honor of the pagan sun god, when it is enforced globally and tyrannically, beginning in America, instigated by the fallen churches as a means to end ecological and moral decline, those who fall in line with this system will receive the wrath of God. The name Seventh-day Adventist means to bring awareness to the seventh-day Sabbath, the fourth commandment, the only command that begins with the word remember, but the entire Christian world has forgotten. God gave us the Sabbath as a blessing to remember the God that created the world in 6 days, and He commanded that it is the only day that we should keep holy. An Adventist, meaning Advent, to remind people of the second coming of Jesus, where He will put an end to sin that is causing sickness, suffering, and death, and recreate a new world where those that believe in Him and do His will live forever. Our job as Seventh-day Adventists is not to hide in the background and blend with everything society and culture throws our way. It is to make a distinct sound, share a distinct, uncompromising message, and with the help of Jesus, bring people to the truth of a loving God by way of all of His truths, the health message and prophecy, which are all a part of the gospel. Let's live out the meaning of our name. Let's make that distinct sound. Jesus is coming soon.